Change then is the side that gained a convincing 3-1 victory at Coventry on Saturday and is now keen to rub out the painful memory of a 4-0 defeat at Tottenham on Boxing Day. Spurs, though, make changes. The Belgian international striker Nico Klaassen is relegated to substitute. Tony Galvin returns, and because Steve Hodge is cup-tied, he played for Aston Villa in this competition earlier. Well, Ozzy Ardiles comes back for Spurs. It could be that Clive Allen is the lone man up front tonight with a packed midfield behind him. So the noise swells again as Brian Stevens, the referee from Stonehouse in Gloucestershire, gets this Littlewood's Cup quarter-final underway. West Ham in claret and blue, attacking the goal to our right. Spurs tonight in a change strip of all light blue. Harris playing it forward and cut out by Ardiles. Robson in quickly and powerfully there on Mabbott. And a free kick to Tottenham straight away. And certainly the Spurs manager David Fleet was saying earlier today that what he feared was that West Ham would come hammering at his side, running at them in the first 20 minutes. And as he said, if we wilt then, well, we're done for. Tremendous atmosphere. And a glittering prize awaiting the winners here, that semi-final against Arsenal. So quite obviously the first exchanges, as they are so often in a cup tie, are going to be so important. We've had a glimpse of Ray Clements at the other end, 38 years old. Here's another old-timer, if I can put it that way, 36-year-old Phil Parkes in the West Ham goal. And they played against each other, incidentally, in a League Cup final back in 1981, when Parkes played for West Ham and Clements played for Liverpool. Mark Ward getting in, and another free kick. This time West Ham's way, in a situation that could produce some danger for Tottenham. It brought Hilton up from the back. Alvin Martin shouting and trying to make himself heard as he comes forward as well. See Martin crossing there, having a quick word. Maybe he wants to take it. No, he's leaving it for Mark Ward to take. Stuart Robson waiting to launch himself as well. Dickens is in there. Hilton is in there. And it's Hilton's header. And it went just wide. A little cross by Ward. A glancing header there by Paul Hilton. Glancing as McAvenny chased it past the far post. Goff. Nicely there by Galvin. And the ball overhit there, providing West Ham with another throw. Hilton. And an offside flag against Ward. Goff. Big Scott. Little flick on that time by Waddle. And Galvin trying to get in and crossed in, and a chance surely, and kicked up the line. Oh, twice up the line, first by Huddle, and then from Clive Allen. And how on earth did West Ham survive that? It's a corner. And Galvin with a great run to the byline. And Huddle having it charged away there by Walford, and somehow West Ham kept the second effort out as well. And a goal kick this time, but it looked very much to me like a corner. I think Spurs felt so as well. In its way, if you're watching the game live on Sunday, very reminiscent of the escape that West Ham had, or rather that Nottingham Forest had, against Everton. And if this game develops as well as that one did, well, we're certainly in for a treat tonight. Well, Stuart Robson now. McAvenny going in the middle. Pottius arriving as well, but Goff's clearance brings a little respite at any rate to Tottenham. Devonshire playing it wide again. And Galvin seeking to get it away now for the visitors. And then is tumbled into. Oh, there's some kicking on the ground there between Ward and Galvin. And the book will come out. Well, it was a tumble of legs. And the view that I had, somebody's thrown a bottle on, and I don't know whether he hit Galvin with it. But certainly a feeling I had is that it was 6 of one, half dozen of the other. So Ward's name has gone into the book. And Galvin apparently not. Tony Galvin okay. Here comes Spurs with a free kick taken by Goff for Ardiles. Played in towards Clive Allen. This could be dangerous for West Ham. Across the face of that goal, it needed the simplest touch. But sadly for Tottenham, nobody in a light blue shirt was there to apply it. Hoddle was just a little beyond it at the far post. Good run again here by Clive Allen. And hit with power across the goal, and you'll... So Hoddle with another corner for Tottenham. Harris gets it away. Now the break could be on for West Ham. Ward has only got Coffey up though, and the blue shirts are streaming back. But Ward's gone past him. Clements hesitated for a moment, and then, well, sure old head knew just what to do and gathered it on the edge of the box. Certainly Spurs back four coming out so quickly and efficiently with great discipline and catching West Ham offside so often. And now they're getting some of their own treatment as Clive Allen's caught offside. Devonshire. Thomas. Hilton. Paul Allen challenging him and winning. Off finding Chris Waddle. Danny Thomas had made a good run. Walford had spotted it, but he couldn't stop the cross coming in. In the end, it was Dickens, I think, who got it away. It'll be a throw. So it's going to be Chris Waddle with the throw for Tottenham. Deal is quickest off the mark and getting across in possession. Paul Allen. Little touch by Hoddle. Paul Allen taking it to the byline again, getting it back. Can Clive Allen get in there? He's done it again. Goal 29 of the season for him, and the vital breakthrough for Tottenham. Great work by Paul Allen, the former West Ham man, the nod there, just beating Dickens to the ball. Flicked away by Walford, but not very far. There's Clive Allen, acrobatics really there, and the ball in the back of the net. Can't underestimate the work that Paul Allen did here against his old club. And a real goal scorer's touch about that one. Well, Clive Allen, who'd gone 4 games without a goal, his first goal of 1987, and that could be a priceless one. I don't think really anybody in the West Ham crowd can argue about it that Spurs have had the better of things, but Mitchell Thomas now has given possession to McAvenny. Oh, and he very nearly got the equaliser. Ward's coming in, Coffey couldn't make a touch, and Mitchell Thomas's back pass very nearly putting West Ham back on terms. So often we've seen McAvenny pouncing on that sort of pass and lifting it over a goalkeeper. There was the back pass, and that first chuss was just a little too quick, too firm, and Clemens was on him. He wasn't finished though, and when Ward hit it across there, Coffey couldn't quite get a touch. Devonshire losing it to Ardiles. Little touch, releasing Hoddle. This ball finding Galvin beautifully inside the full-back. And West Ham were nearly in serious trouble again. Winning it in the air, Goff getting it away. Whistle has gone for a free kick to West Ham right on half-time, about a minute to go. Now can West Ham rescue themselves in this first half right at the end? Milford's cross coming in. Too far for McAvenny. Martin stabbing it here for Ward. Played in again for McAvenny to make a leap. And Robson too, and Clements behind it. Spurs fans a little premature, I think. I heard the chant, Arsenal, you're next. But of course, they play Arsenal in the semi-final, but there's a bit of football yet to be played in this game. Abbott controlling that well, though, under pressure from McAvenny. Oh, 3 West Ham players, and it still falls to Paul Allen. And now to Galvin, with Waddle waiting in the middle, and inevitably Clive Allen as well. Corner to Tottenham as the half-time whistle goes, and the 1 goal of the first half scored by Clive Allen, keeping up his record of having scored in every round this season in the Littlewoods Cup, and I don't think anybody could argue with the scoreline. Spurs deserving their lead at half-time. West Ham 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Welcome back to Upton Park. West Ham, judging by that first half performance, still a long way from avenging themselves for that 4-0 defeat they had at Tottenham on Boxing Day. Spurs leading by a goal to 0. Clive Allen their scorer. And Spurs now attacking the goal to our right. Devonshire. Put out by Goff. Abbott gets it back. Spurs in a good run of form at the moment. It's taken them 6th in the table of the First Division. Dickens. Robson. Devonshire. And the flag was up on my side, but the referee waved it on. Robson now to McAvenny, but Goff again tidying up. Clive Allen caught offside. Martin. Devonshire. McAvenny, oh, a little dummy there. Dickens tries to get through. Cotty got the touch, and they're level at 1-1. Well, a goal out of nothing, and having been pushed back on their heels for so long, West Ham have got back on level terms. Devonshire finding the ball through here. McAvenny dummied. Dickens made the touch, and then Cotty putting it under Clements' body. 1-1. So some good work by Devonshire, some good work by Dickens, and the final touch coming from Tony Cotty. So the 2 young men who've made a habit of scoring goal after goal this season have kept up their record in this game here. Martinez. Free kick, I think, to Tottenham. Put West Ham level, but now West Ham with some defending here. Parks coming for it. Tony Half got it, and just over onto the roof of the netting from Mitchell Thomas. Well, that's given the second half a tremendous start. After Spurs had dominated so much of the first half. And it was almost the first time in the game that we'd seen Devonshire making one of those dribbling runs of his in dangerous positions near the opposition goal. And it brought a great reward for West Ham. Mr. Thomas with the header for Tottenham. Great relief. John Lyle in the light raincoat in the centre there. The manager. Played through towards Dickens. And his shot is saved by Ray Clements as Cottee was in there again. And there was surely a chance for them to get that away. What on earth is happening there? And eventually the ball goes into Clements' hands. The flag was up on the far side. What an amazing scrimmage this is. Again, Alan Dickens, who had a fairly nondescript first half, really getting in on the action now. Why they didn't clear that away and why pass it back to Clements from that sort of position and just look at the tangle there. And nobody much caring where the ball was. So some cut time now. 1-1. Volume's been turned up a little bit, the tension with it. Scores level at 1-1. Steve Walford for West Ham. Cottee trying to get the better of Danny Thomas, and a free kick given to West Ham. Well, little Cottee, who was hardly given a kick in the first half, at this moment has rescued West Ham. And maybe the tide is turning the other way now. Walford with the free kick. McAvenny's header, goal kick. With a header. There's Ward. Played on to McAvenny. It's a sprightly looking West Ham in this second half at the moment. Ward. There's a good ball. Played for Paris. Now Cottee at the far side. Trying the acrobatics but not making the contact. Well, whatever manager John Lyle said at half-time, it's beginning to work. Jumping for this one and timing it well. McAvenny too. Mitchell Thomas there for Tottenham. Here's Walford, and he's hit it straight at Galvin. And here's Thomas with those long raking stride of his. That's filtered across for West Ham. And a nice little ball played in for Paris. Don't think McAvenny will get to that. Abbott. Brought down by Dickens. Free kick. Card weren't happy with the decision. It looked all right to me. Free kick to Tottenham. It looked a legitimate free kick. Ardiles with it. And a flag up on this side now. An offside against, I imagine, Clive Allen. Heading it into the path of Devonshire. Cottee. There's Martin. Hilton. Ward. And force back, and Spurs have got everybody back behind the ball. Up to 90 minutes. A replay at White Hart Lane next Monday. Ardiles and waddle over it. Ardiles hitting it through towards Goff. And now Hoddle blasting it just too high. The goals are few and far between this season for Glenn Hoddle. 4 so far. Hit that well. Fraction too high. Martin. Robson. Looked like a handball there, but it must have been accidental in the eyes of the referee. Dickens. Oh, look at the space here for Mark Ward on the far side. Falling for a good cross. He's got a deep one towards Stuart Robson. Cross back in there. And it's Goff who had to get it away. Prodigious leap at the far post there by Stuart Robson from Mark Ward's cross. And Goff doing some good work right at the death for Tottenham. Devonshire then with West Ham's corner. McAvenny at the near post. Hilton's in there again. It'll come to Ward. And the flag is off. Devonshire caught offside. Martin. McAvenny versus Mabbott. Danny Thomas. I don't think Galvin will get to that. It's West Ham's throw. That's a free kick to West Ham as well. Forward go the big men. Paul Hilton, Alvin Martin, 2 6-footers. They've left just Steve Walford and George Paris back to keep an eye on Clive Allen. Otherwise, every claret and blue shirt has gone forward. And in fact, it was Martin who was fractionally wide, coming in late, undetected. And Spurs could have been cursing about their marking then. Ward's free kick. And look at the space allowed there for Alvin Martin. Ardiles. Devonshire again. Play. Might be taking on too much, and indeed he was. In the end, Devonshire lost it. Oh, and there were fun and games there between Devonshire and Thomas. The play has gone on. I don't know whether the whistle has gone. I think the whistle must have gone. The game is still going on, but the referee calling Danny Thomas to him for an incident involving Alan Devonshire a long time after the ball had gone. Devonshire may well have had a go at Thomas, but the referee is having a very, very sharp word with Danny Thomas. Ardiles coming in to have his 4 pennyworth. And I think Devonshire's being called to the referee as well. Well, Thomas has been booked. Devonshire just gets a talking to. Oh, it looked really quite serious for a moment because the referee had to get in between them, and goodness knows what would have happened if he hadn't. Oh, a mistake by Hilton. Snapped up there by Clive Allen and hit by Waddle. And he went through the legs of a defender, so it wasn't all that easy for Parks. Certainly a mistake by Paul Hilton in the first place. Devonshire. Walford. 20 minutes left now. Which side is going to be capable of winding itself up for a really big finish? Which side's nerve will hold the best? Well, that's a corner for Tottenham. Coming off Steve Walford. everybody in there again. Left just two back. Hoddle looking to pinpoint this corner into the head of somebody. In fact, in the end, it's the boot of Mabbott's that finishes up into the crowd. Hodge, you can see in the back, chewing away. Ineligible, of course, having played for Aston Villa. There's a good break. And it's Hoddle leading the charge. It's Martin after him. And Hoddle forced to stop and turn and cross it. And a magnificent save. And he's put away yet. A tremendous save, though, by Parks from Clive Allen. Oh, the save of the match by a long, long way after a great break by Hoddle. And the cross there, the header by Clive Allen, and a fine save by Parks. And Mabbutt there, being chased by McAvenny. And to the howls of annoyance from the West Ham fans who felt it was a West Ham throw. Here goes Tottenham's way. 3 minutes left. Now, has anybody got the nerve or the touch of class, the bit of skill or the bit of luck that can yet win this quarter-final game? Galvin running into trouble because Devonshire's there to nick it away from him. And find Cotty. Here's Walford. Now Devonshire again. Walford persuaded to go down there. Plays it in towards McAvenny. Mitchell Thomas there for Tottenham. West Ham throw. They haven't been able to put Spurs under a lot of pressure in this game, but who knows in the minute or two that's left. Still 1-1. Alvin Martin. Too long on the ball and dispossessed by Hoddle. Exactly 2 minutes now remaining. Devonshire with West Ham's throw. McAvenny. Walford couldn't get it in. Hoddle trying to get it away for Tottenham. Oh, but he's only put it as far as Walford. Swung in early. Comes to Dickens. But now the chance of a breakout. And it's Richard Goff, the defender. Paris going with him, and Paris doing mightily there for West Ham. But what a break there by the Spurs captain, Richard Goff, as well. Tremendous run out of defence. And it's a fine piece of defending by young George Paris. And again, Spurs asserting themselves and getting possession, and then a slip by Paul Allen. Playing the last few seconds now. And unless there's something really dramatic, it looks like a replay at White Hart Lane on Monday night. Hoddle. Final whistle. The quarter-final is undecided after a game that certainly had plenty of drama in it, with Tony Cotty's goal in the second half, equalising the one in the first half, scored for Spurs by Clive Allen. And so we come to a replay at White Hart Lane next Monday evening.